Hello everyone and welcome back to the Dungeons 2. We are on mission 3 right now. It's called King Robert Has to Die. Okay, let's go to the mission.
According to scouts, King Robert spent most of his time strolling around his hunting lodge garden reciting poetry. Soon his poetry would turn into mournful ballads. The vengeful evil thirsted to defeat the Alliance's king and mount his head on the wall as a trophy. Whoops, of course, I really mean that he wanted to take all of King Robert's cookies away. Better play it safe, or the age classification folks will be after me. Before that, however, the ultimate evil had to do a bit of work on the dungeon. Otherwise, it wouldn't be able to fund even a small army made up of a few orcs.
Okay, here we are, guys. We have our snots. And we have our gold. Let's dig out. Snots. Let's build one more. Okay, we have one rich gold vein here. That's great. And here I'm going to build brewery. I'm going to do that. No, treasure, not that. I'll do that right now. Okay.
The first brewery was completed. Soon beer would be flowing like a river, and an Oktoberfest atmosphere would pervade all. Would the ultimate evil put the beer baron out of business? Ugh, such a duff reference. The first treasury was completed. Soon greedy evil's Little Snots would fill it with gold. You know the golden rule, right? Whoever has the gold makes the rules. The warmongering evil had hired the first orc. As ancient wisdom says, violence is a solution, usually the only one.
Let's produce beer for my orcs. Okay, now it's not working here.
The strategy guidebook, Dungeons for Dummies, says mountains don't always just consist of rocks and stone, but may also include natural as well as artificial caves and rooms. These usually contain treasures and dangers to make digging around underground more exciting. The steady pounding in the rocks had given rise to overworld rumors of a new dungeon. A group of heroes set out to plunder its riches, and the ultimate evil was already looking forward to this visit.
Our first task here is to hire 3 orcs.
Another orc entered the service of the military-savvy evil. The horde was growing and prospering. Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Oh, enemies.
The ultimate evil should never forget to keep a watchful eye on its beer and gold stores. If its creatures can't help themselves whenever they need to, they will get angry. Fast.
Okay, let's take care of these guys. Orcs. Fight! dead. Another little wing here.
The heroes didn't know what had hit them, as several orcs bore down from nowhere and annihilated them. This group of heroes had plundered their last dungeon, but there would be more.
Okay, I need 10 more golds, come on. Come on, Snots! Hurry up!
The time to attack appeared to be right. On the surface, in the tavern of a small, miserable village, some adventurers gathered. They were acquiring Dutch courage for their visit to the dungeon by downing several beers. The dungeon had to be destroyed.
Okay, we have to destroy Alliance Village. That means we are going outside. Should I put one more orc or not? No. Where is the third one? Okay, to send units to the surface, we have to grab them like this, and with the hand of terror, and we have to release them at a dungeon entrance, and they will pass through the entrance and they will appear on the surface. Like that. Great.
Payday!
We have some metal here. Explorer. Take that. Shurgak the Explorer. Let's go back. I don't want to attack all of them one by one. Let's go, guys. Okay, we can't do that. We have to fight. Oh, rats. Shit, where's my orc? Come on, bro. Kill that rats. Okay, we have to destroy the village. Let's go back here. Oh no, what? Oh shit. Come on, you can do that. Come on. Come on, this guy is almost dead. Let's dig this also. Come on, let's finish with this. And I'm going to use one more orc.
A delicious rumble announced the fact that the village's last house had crashed to the ground. Ha! There would be no more heroes meeting there to seek out the dungeon of the destruction-hungry evil. The hunting lodge of King Robert lay in the north. It was there that the ultimate evil would finally get its long-awaited revenge. However, it looked pretty damn well guarded. Maybe it should first visit the cave to the west, inhabited by a clan of goblins. where the cunning evil could do a little negotiating.
Okay, like he said, we're going to the west, this site where these two guys, and we won't go here. There is a castle, and we can enter it because it's well guarded, and we have to take another way. Come on, orcs. Okay, we are going to other dungeon. We are in the Goblin Cave right now. Just click on this icon of orcs and voila, we're in another dungeon. And we are going to talk with this.
The goblin leader prostrated himself joyfully before the ultimate evil and immediately dispatched 2 goblins into its dungeon with a few plans for a new room, a tinkerer's cave. This was built as quickly as possible.
Okay, we have to build Tinker's Cave. I think I'll build one here. Production. Here it is, Tinker's Cave.
The Tinkerer's Cave was built. It could, however, only be used as a warehouse, as it lacked the workshop that the insidious evil's goblins needed. Quick as a flash, Evil placed a creator mat in the Tinkerer's Cave.
And place a creator mat.
A sparkling new creator mat
There's a goblin.
brings the Tinkerer's
Okay.
Cave of the expansion-hungry evil. A goblin would be able to work well in here, producing toolboxes. A few of these boxes would now be needed in order to invent a trap. The moody evil waited patiently.
Okay, I will take this potion. And I'm going back to my dungeon. Like you see, this other dungeon don't have a minimap. You just have to click on your orcs and you will see the dungeon. Here
Payday!
I have to build treasury somewhere here. Okay, let's research trap. This is that icon. Searching traps. Exploding treasure chest. Okay. Research that. I'm going to build one wall here. What's that? Oh, great. Verdum minus 90%. Take that, my friend. Okay, I built here one little treasure room.
As cowardly as the goblins were, their creativity more than made up for this. They proudly presented the treacherous evil with their plan for a devious trap. With a silent, evil cackle, it quickly buckled down to setting the trap.
Okay, they finished the trap, and now we have to place the trap. Jeez. Nuts. And we have to place trap here, and when the enemies enter they will activate this trap. What was that? I don't know. Okay, we have some enemies here. Kill them. Some raid enemies. That's not good for our orcs. Sorry. destroy this gang. Great. Okay. Oh. What's this? Some potion and what we have here.
The horde came across a stray goblin by the roadside, who apparently constituted the sad remains of one of the job done. The trap was finished and ready to be found by a hero. This is going to be so much fun. Just at that moment, a particularly powerful dwarf warrior appeared in the dungeon.
Oh.
How had he suddenly arrived at this precise time was indeed most odd, but his presence was more than welcome. He was going to be a guinea pig for the trap.
No, dwarf warrior. Let's see what's happening.
Even this strong dwarf warrior
he's
didn't
so
stand a
dead.
chance against the treacherous traps and powerful monsters of the invincible evil. He bit the dust. So much for a game of dwarves. The dungeon's defenses were now clearly much improved, but the hunting lodge still remained well protected and impregnable. There was nothing that the ultimate evil could do. The task was impossible. So the evil withdrew, bent and broken, let feelings of revenge ebb away, and instead took up looking after those cute, teeny-weeny trees. What are they called again? Bonsai, yes, that's it. The end. Pretty unsatisfactory, huh? Of course, that wasn't the end. In reality, the indefatigable evil paid the goblin cave another little visit. The goblin leader would hopefully spit out something useful after a few more slaps.
Mistake, don't dig that. No, 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 no. We're not on
The expansion-driven evil couldn't wait to explore the further possibilities of the Tinkerer's Cave. In particular, a hospital seemed a useful way to cure its ailing units. It set about asking for this to be researched.
This is the hospital. Worse. Research new rooms and heritage hospital.
I apologize for that last embarrassing allusion, but you should really make your way to the Goblin Cave now.
We will, don't worry. First I want to expand my brewery.
The charitable evil had researched the hospital. This would enable its units to quickly recover from their injuries, once it had been built, that is.
Yeah, build
Payday.
hospital somewhere. Here. It's here. It will be great. Let's dig out this gold. First with the hospital. Oh, I don't get enough gold. Okay, we have gold now.
The caring evil had good-naturedly built a hospital for its suffering creatures. It, however, still lacked a hospital bed. Little Snots would then bring any units there that had been injured in the dungeon.
Oh, we have enemies.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
There is icon. At our trap. Look at the trap. Let's see what will happen. Oh, one is dead. One is dead. Okay.
Did you know that Realm Forge Studios has brought out some other successful games? You should at least buy and play Dungeons and Seville. Talk about pathetic, surreptitious advertising. Keep it from it.
Guys, fight. I have to erect the hospital bed. Okay. One bed cost 250 golds.
The first hospital bed had been built. Wounded units could now be healed in the hospital. Little Snots would also be able to bring defeated creatures here, so that they could be nursed back to health.
Okay, what's we can search? Pro rooms.
Payday!
Oh, 3 rich gold veins. Great. Let's find here. What to do next? Okay, beat up the goblin chieftain. I thinking that I will do that in the next part. Because we don't have time now. Yes, the next part. Okay guys, that will be all for now. In the next part we are going to beat Goblin Chieftain and to conquer the castle, and in the end we are going to kill the king. So guys, thank you for watching and see you in the next part.